¿Cómo estamos, gente? Bienvenidos, bienvenidos. ¿Cómo estamos? Otra transmisión más. Continuamos con Fontaine, la nueva expansión. Vamos a continuar un poquito la historia. Ya es tarde. No va a ser tan largo la transmisión, una hora, a lo mejor una hora y media, a lo mucho. Entonces, vamos a avanzar un poco a la historia de Fontaine, seguir desbloqueando cositas. Especial desbloquear el mapa, eso es lo importante en este aspecto. Y lo otro que tenemos que hacer en este caso es el de las misiones diarias, cosas así. Okay. Entonces primero lo de siempre, ¿no? Es lo de siempre primero. Cargos, minerales, punto recibo. Ok. Ahí estamos. Ahorita hacemos más de eso. No problem. Niño y comidas. Ataque naturaleza. Vamos a hacer esto no lo más rápido, pero vamos a intentar. Ah, no estaba líquido. Líquido. Recuerden, gente, tomar su agüita. No duden en hacerlo. No duden en hacer eso. Nunca deben hacer eso. Entonces, de hecho, como ahora ya tenemos el nuevo protagonista, ya tenemos el protagonista, ¿cómo se dice? Nuestro protagonista ya tiene nivel alto. Bueno, ya es nivel 90. Lo importante es que ya el protagonista es tipo agua. Una cosa que voy a intentar hacer no lo había pensado, es el de hacer dominios por las armas de agua. Entonces van a ser dos dominios que no manejo comúnmente. Va a estar interesante. Me gusta la idea de hacerlos.
Take it easy. Everybody stand to ashes. Take flight. Let's light it up. My apologies.
Okay. Me gusta. Me gusta, me gusta. Creo que voy a poder acabar rápido. A ver. Ok. Dejada. Usar estos.
Quit following me. Too slow.
Let's light it up! Stars, shine for me. Nice and spicy.
Behold. Ja. Ha. Ja. Ja.
Ok. Mejor cosas, ¿no? Eh, resina. Entonces hay que ir a Homero. Dominios, artefactos. Hacer de este y cuál es. Y el nuevo también. Artefacto. A ver. Daño normal y cargado. Conjunto de piezas. Ok, este es el de Lini. Daño de habilidad elemental. Este es el del otro. Ok. Compañía dorada. Ese es el dos que necesito. Así que vamos con este primero. Vamos acá. Vamos a ver. Vamos a ver. Vamos acá. A ver. A ver qué conseguimos. Tenemos daño de hidro. Daño de hidro nos echa la mano. Sabemos la espada que tiene. Vamos a ver. Vamos a ver. Vamos con esto. Va a estar divertido.
Quietly now.
I'm going in. Eyes on me. Whirling snow. Yeah. Light it up. Coming saludar. Saludar.
Busted. Game's up. Time's over.
My apologies, everybody. Stand back.
Quietly now.
Let's light it up.
Busted.
Teamwork is strength.
Here comes the cash.
Whirling snow. To ashes.
Quietly now.
Let's light it up. Sakura swirl.
Ok. Vecina. Vecina. Tiene concentrar. Ok. Ataque. Cáliz. Hubiera preferido que fuera de hidro. Hubiera preferido de hidro, pero no bueno. Vamos a ver.
Busted.
So rude.
Take it easy. Gotcha.
My apologies. Take flight.
Quietly now.
Everybody stand back. Kami-sato art. Surrender.
Things are about to get dicey.
Power that ended Python. My apologies.
Busted.
Take flight. Take cover. Why do they never miss? I'm going in. Let's light it up.
Ok. Ok, ok. Para el que quería. No era el set que yo quería, pero bueno. La Fontaine. Vamos acá. Vamos a ver. Ay,
Weather is not bad today. Oh, crud. I jinxed it. Now it's bound to rain. Benny's adventure team?
Assemble. Okay. 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 Literalmente en esto me dijeron, quita esto con esto.
My experiment will succeed.
Okay. Vamos a ver. Vamos a ver. Es el más largo que he visto.
Quietly now.
Embrace the ice!
Game's up. Fun's over.
Everybody stand back! Swirl, Mark 2! Whirling snow! Animal test 6308. Absorption test.
Gotcha.
My apologies. Unthinkable. Teamwork is dreamwork. Yeah. Animal test 6308.
Take it easy. Here comes the catch.
Enhanced animal module 75. Kamisato art. So let's
Quietly now.
let's light it up. Take flight. Absorption test. I'm going in. Stand clear.
Game's up. Fun's over.
Yeah. Swirl, Mark 2. Teamwork is dreamwork.
Vamos a ver cómo va aquí. Ok. Uno de daño feo. No hay tantos, ¿no? Ya medio es feo. De modo, medio feo. No tan mal.
Whirling snow. Absorption test. Animal test 6308. Sakura swirl. Everybody stand back. hypostasis. Let's light it up. Animal test 63. Gotcha. I'm going in. Take that. Absorption test.
Quietly now. Gang's up.
Stand clear. Kamisato art. Sometsu.
Gotcha.
Enhanced animal model. My apologies. Teamwork is dreamwork.
Here comes the catch.
Ok. No está tan malo este nivel. Nada más, nada más. A ver. Probabilidad de crítico. ¡A la madre! ¡Qué bueno salió este! Este salió buenísimo. De vida. Increíble. Salió buenísimo. No esperaba eso ni en lo más mínimo. No se me... Ni cerca está. En mi meta ni en mi cabeza.
A blade embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems. Add as. Thank you for.
Ok. Ok. Vamos a... Vamos a hacer la misión del Fontaine. Pero primero, la que es de agua. Cambiar. Ataque. Ok, este me podría servir. No me sirve, yo creo. Tengo la negra, ¿no? Sí, ahí está. A ver. Ok. 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 Ah, ligera. Ah, mira. Con ganas. Talentos. Ajá. Vida máxima. Ok, también el de los que necesita eso. Ok. Ok. Movimiento, aumento de uno de eso. Ok. Entonces sería eso. Ok, vamos a seguir con la historia un poquito. Ok, más.
Take it easy.
De acá arriba. Veamos quién conocemos ahora.
This is our current abode.
Déjame pausar la música. Ahí está, me falta.
Ah, Fremine, you're home. Where did everyone else go? I have some new friends that I would like to introduce.
Ok,
They all just went out a moment ago.
I see. Everyone is getting busier now that Father will be returning soon. I suppose that can't be helped.
ok.
Allow me to introduce you to my little brother, Fremine. He is a phenomenal diver.
Hello.
Hmm,
To meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. Oh, you sound very proud to have a...
Linny, could you come here for a moment?
Ok.
What is it, Fremine? Do you have something to tell me?
Sabe. ¿Qué habrá pasado?
Okay, I see.
Is everything all right?
Oh, it's nothing. We were just discussing. Oh, before I forget, the Traveler and I collected more materials to make magic.
Yes.
Okay.
I went diving and gathered lots of materials.
That's our Fremine, always quick with the.
¿Qué pasará? ¿Es a llover?
Looks like rain.
Oh,
Mm,
you're right. But wasn't it clear?
I'm afraid that's just how it is here. It often rains on days where there are trials being held in the op.
ok.
What's wrong, Fremine?
There's a legend about the rain that I tend to believe. It's said that a dragon of water once resided in Fontaine. Though we don't know where the dragon went. When I
Okay.
was a child, my mother told me that if I wanted to go outside and play, Hydro Dragon! Hydro Dragon! Don't cry!
If it's an elemental dragon, then having the power to make it rain wouldn't be very unusual. Let Paimon try something. Hydro Dragon, don't cry!
Doesn't seem to be of any use. It is just a legend after all.
You know, you might be a more popular magician if you understood the concept of romanticism.
Sorry, it might be because we've never met the Hydro.
Ok.
It rained for longer than I suspected.
Was there something you needed to...
Yeah, some preparations for the show at the Opera House. On the day of the performance, just ride the aquabus to the island of Araneus. I'll have Lynette meet you at the fountain in front of the opera.
Oh, are you leaving now?
What is it, Fremine? I'm in a hurry. Oh, I get it. Perhaps we could trouble the Traveler to help us take these materials. I'm afraid that Fremine can be quite introverted. And the boss there tends to be pretty talkative. Fremine has always been a little afraid of her.
No trouble at all! Don't worry!
Sorry for the inconvenience. I'm quite useless when it comes.
Oh, no need!
Veamos.
Oh, hello there. New customers? Looking to buy, or do you need something made?
Oh no, we're just here to deliver some materials. Here they
Ah, these must be for Magic Pockets. I could tell right away. I've already made several orders worth now. No need. They've already prepaid several batches worth. When they told me what they'd be using them for, I even offered them a discount, but they insisted on paying the full amount, saying that I had a business to run. It seems both their hearts and their pockets are made of gold.
Whoa. So,
I can't say for sure, but
hey, is this machine what you use to make stuff here? It looks really advanced.
Diferente, exacto.
why use your hands when a machine can do the work? It would be a waste not to use the latest technology. And
But where does a big machine like that get its power from?
well, it's a little complicated. I'm not sure, but basically, everything we usually use here in the city is powered by indemnitium. It's a type of energy that's produced from trials.
Ya veo.
How can trials produce energy?
Well, I'm not completely sure of all the details myself. When a trial is in session, the oratrice mécanique d'analyse cardinale harvests people's belief in justice and converts it into energy to be used all around Fontaine.
So
Okay.
that's what its other function is? Paimon heard that the oratrice was created by the but Paimon still doesn't get it. How could something unreliable like people's beliefs be turned into a stable power source for these machines?
Exacto.
Oh, yeah! So that means the Hydro Archon relies on the machine to take the energy created by belief and turn it into...
Even though I've never heard anyone really put it that way before, it sounds like it makes sense. Besides indemnitium, we have another type of energy called mumusia. It isn't produced by the power of the Archon, but it is unstable by nature. Even now, it's...
I thought I'd find you hard at work, but here you are chatting the day away. Since you're already talking, I'm sure you wouldn't mind a few...
You again? Didn't I already promise you that I'd have the more I owe to Confrérie of Cabriere by next month?
Okay.
Yeah, but how do we know that you won't go running off by the end of this month? I want 50% today. Wait, no? 70%.
Okay.
Huh? You...
Seems business isn't so great for the workshop. We've already finished our job and delivered the materials. Maybe now's a good time to leave?
Hey, hold on. Before you go around trying to collect payments, why don't you settle your own debts first?
Haha, miren.
Prairie of Cabriere wants to poach clients from Northland Bank, that's fine. But I'm afraid you still owe the bank a hefty sum of mora. So why don't we work things out between us first, before you get back to your little conversation here?
You're from Northland Bank. But we said we'll...
Traveler, Paimon! I didn't think I'd run into you here in Fontaine. What are the chances?
Oh man.
Nice to see you too! What are you doing here in Fontaine? You didn't want to stay in Snezhnaya?
Como siempre.
Long story short, I've already been in Fontaine for some time now. But it seems that fate brought our paths together today. Not only will I have some good friends here now, but ones who always, either way you look at it, it seems things...
Pretty sure we'd want to avoid anything that you'd find interesting. Besides, our trip here has gone pretty well so far.
Hey, you! Northland Bank...
Don't interrupt. It's not often I run into the Traveler like this.
What's up?
You kidding? Aren't you the one looking for us? You really expect us to sit and twiddle our thumbs while you catch up with your friends? Listen to me, boy. If you want your mora, fine. Why don't you come and take it?
Hey, I just said not to interrupt. Oh, by the way, Traveler, the last time I took Tonya and Tusser ice fishing,
Hey! That's way over the line! All right, boys!
Can you at least let me finish one sentence? Fine. Though the bank told me not to get rough with our clients.
Okay.
You're the ones who started it. This is an act of self-defense. You two will have to be my witnesses, okay?
I'm sure this...
Yep.
Bring it on. shouldn't let your guard down. Da. 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 Yeah. No time to lose. Da. Yeah.
What's your deal, Brad? How are you so strong if you're just a staffer from Snezhnaya's Northland Bank?
Oh, now you notice. It's a little late, don't you think? Huh?
Now's my chance!
Huh. That was weird. I'm not sure. It's as if I suddenly lost control of my hydropowers when I...
Strange. How could that happen? First time Paimon...
Never mind. It doesn't matter. If I want to stay sharp, I shouldn't be relying too much on my vision anyway. Besides, I always have my delusion in case I need...
So what are you doing in Fontaine, child? I don't see its work for Northland Bank.
Exacto.
Well, I guess it's because I've...
Huh? What kind of reason is that?
I don't know. But recently, there seems to be some sort of restless power stirring inside of me.
Maybe you losing control of your vision just...
That is a possibility. I can't remember if I ever mentioned it before, but when I was 14, it was during that time I learned nearly all of my abilities. She was always quiet and very mysterious. Nobody knew where she came from or what she had been. One time, I asked her why she was willing to take me on as an apprentice. Because I had awakened it, and traces of it remained on me.
But what is it?
She never explained that. But my guess is, in my dream, I was in the deepest depths of the sea, and the...
A whale? Oh, that sounds familiar! When we fought against you?
That's just an abstract form of a whale that... It takes that shape because the scene I dreamt of the whale has always been...
So you used the whale as inspiration for one of your moves? Huh. So why don't you just go ask your master?
You make it sound so easy. Ever since the incident I experienced there. But it's been years now, and I've still found nothing.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm out of leads at this point, but there's nothing more I can do. It seems that strange... Oh, seems the time really flies when I'm talking with you.
What? More work for the North...
No, it's more of a personal appointment. Lately, I've been sparring with some of Fontaine's official
champion duelists?
Yep, in Fontaine, before a criminal goes to court, they're given one chance to defend their honor by requesting a... The champion duelists are all powerful fighters selected from among the nations, so engaging in such a duel is regarded as a symbol of defending your honor. If a criminal manages to win the duel, and the worst case scenario is that you're simply killed in the duel. Though it's rare that Fontaine has a death penalty. From what I can tell, no one has ever... So really, the only people who opt to duel are those who have suffered a grave injustice in being accused. Or...
So, do many people actually...
Apparently, it's exceedingly rare for anyone to actually win. Fontaine probably enacted this system. Besides, none of the champion duelists are to be trifled with. Which is apparently the one I'm meeting today, Clorend, is the strongest of the champion duelists. I had been asking her for...
Well, that's child for ya. Paimon feels like we heard that name somewhere before.
Oh, before I forget, I want you to have...
Huh?
I'm just worried that it could become uncontrollable again. I'd be pretty upset. Besides, I just need you to hold on to it for a short while.
Paimon knows what you're up to. You just want an excuse.
Whatever gave you that idea?
That sneaky guy. Well, seems we don't have much to do.
Okay.
Wow! Who could have seen that coming? The reporter who was barely around for sorry. Paimon was was just surprised, that's all. The whodunits here in Fontaine are a lot different than the light novels you see from Yipe. It's so exciting to reach the moment when the mystery is uncovered, especially in the one Paimon was just reading. You should buy a oh, sorry about that. Hey, shouldn't we be heading?
Okay.
The Opera House is on Araneas, so let's go ride the Aqua Bus.
Take it easy.
Me agradaron esos. Dicen forros, pero me cayeron bien.
Take it easy.
Welcome to the court, Fontaine. Please watch your step.
Good. Okay.
Take it easy.
Huh. Let me see.
Take it easy.
Vamos a abrir primero el mapa. Okay. Tengo cerca esto. ¿Dónde está? Sin dudas, está buenísimo. ¿Qué? Ok. Sería este ejercicio. Ok. Encerrar. Ok. Vamos a poner de ahí. La madre. Es esto. Eh, eh,
Easy money.
eh, Descubrir el dato. Ah, grande el mapa, sin duda.
Take it easy. Easy.
Whirling snow.
Busted.
Absorption test. Animal test 6308.
Gotcha.
Me falta eso. Okay.
Take it easy. Take it easy. Busted.
Take flight. Absorption test. Stand clear. Absorption test.
Let's light it up.
Okay. Okay. Ya conseguimos eso. No me falta ir abajo. Ir abajo.
Take it easy.
Sí, no sé por qué, pero me esperaba esta imagen. Imagen. No, bueno, es esto, es eso. Como si se hubieran sacado, se llama. No, esto ya. Se la volaron, es como el juego este. ¿Cuál es la palabra que busco? No puedo creerlo. Se sacaron un arcane, güey. Wada 3. Me parece un chingo. El plot de Arcane, no mames. Ok, me acaba de hacer sentir estúpido el juego. Qué cosas. Ni modo.
Navigating the world is a whole lot easier with a few different identities to choose from. Need me to come up with some for you? Easy money.
I guess I'm finally on the right path.
Your problem's too big to solve.
Sports.
Ok.
Am I imagining things? Or is all this standing making me dizzy?
¿Qué vemos? Ujú.
People here are real.
Ok.
Treasure. One way to draw your target out of hiding.
Ok.
Ad astra abyssosk.
Ok. Qué chingo, ¿verdad? Entonces... Eso, bueno. Aún no agregan eso. Sé que ya lo haría, pero no. Malo es que hay facturas. No sabemos qué pasa cuando hay facturas en el perímetro. Muy bien. Ocultación.
Good roll. All right, maybe I'll take one more day off and knock out the rest of the work once I'm feeling up to it.
Welcome to the court of Fontaine. Please watch your step. Welcome to the court of Fontaine. Please watch your step.
Navigating the world is a whole lot easier with a few different identities to choose from. Need me to come up with some for you?
Welcome to the court of Fontaine. Please watch your step. Welcome to the court of Fontaine. Please watch your
I got
step.
a new letter from an informant. Looks like the situation has changed again.
Reviews. Está uno arriba. Molestia.
Welcome Welcome to the Navia line. I am Elfan. The boat will be departing imminently. Please do not stick your head, hands, or other body parts outside the boat.
Un segundo, gente. Ahorita vuelvo. Regreso.
The
Regresamos.
operator is not responsible for any accidents or injuries resulting from doing so. Also, please remember to buy the Steambird, though I don't read it myself. The destination of the current tour is Arenias. Points of interest worth visiting include the Fountain of Lucine and the Opera Epiclese. If you look to the left,
Okay.
in the direction we are currently traveling, you will see the famous Fontaine Research Institute up in the sky. An experiment gone wrong turned new sightseeing opportunity. Human ingenuity.
Eso es lo que se va a abrir.
Truly is a wondrous thing.
Son dos lugares gigantescos.
We are now approaching will take any forgotten items to the lost and found. The paperwork is rather annoying, as magazine hands are not suitable for grasping pens. Please be careful when disembarking. It has been my honor to be your tour guide this trip. Thank you.
Quiero ver qué fue eso. ¿Qué fue eso? Fontaine te da la bienvenida. Viaja una vez en Ferrybus. Qué bonito.
Take it easy.
Off we go.
Naranjas. Borbonanja. O también conocido como la naranja. Naranja.
Treasure. One way to draw your target out of hiding.
Gotcha. Animal test 6308. Absorption test. Whirling snow.
Busted. Things are about to get dicey.
My apologies. Today is a lucky day.
Okay, showtime.
Whoa! Now this is fancy! The Opera Epiclese. What a place to hold a performance! No wonder Linny and Lynette were looking forward to it.
Okay.
Looks like there's a lot of people standing around the fountain up ahead.
Oh, Archon, please bless us with a bright and healthy child.
Okay.
I don't know why you always feel the need to ask so much. I'll be happy as long as our child is healthy and lives a peaceful life.
Exacto.
I guess if they're our kid, then there's no doubt they'll.
Maybe this is one of the customs in Fontaine. They're sure.
Vache.
What's wrong?
Vache. Vache.
Mm,
No, Paimon didn't say anything.
Welcome to the Fountain of Lucine. All the water flowing through Fontaine converges here.
mm,
It's customary for newlyweds to come here and wish for children.
okay.
Lenny asked me to wait here for you, remember?
Mhm.
Right.
What do you mean? There are a lot of people here right now.
Hey, you're not trying to.
I see. In fact, you might not be imagining things at all. I suspect that what you heard is a result.
It's because of her sensitivity to the hydro element?
When do you cry, Paimon?
Wait, what?
Just answer me.
Ok. No se siente uno triste.
When Paimon's really sad? Oh, and when.
Then you should understand that tears contain your most intense emotions. Like I just mentioned, the Fountain of Lucine is where all the flowing water in Fontaine converges. So maybe what you heard was the intense emotion coming from someone's tears.
So, what did the voice say? Huh. If you were hearing their.
Rather than worrying about them, we should worry about my brother first. Don't let that calm look of his fool you. He tends to get pretty nervous just before a performance. So chatting with Lenny.
Ok. Era Lenny.
Take it easy.
Ok. Ah, ok. Ok, eso sí está interesante. Vamos a ver.
Quietly now.
Teamwork is strength. Embrace the ice. Animal hypostasis.
Let's light it up.
Stand clear.
Busted. Here comes the catch.
I'm going in. Animal test 6308. Stand clear. Swirl, mark 2. Whirling snow. Animal test 6308.
Everybody stand back. Game's up. Time's over.
Take flight. Absorption test. Sakura swirl.
Okay.
The more data samples, the better.
Okay. Ya la pongo.
Ah, Traveler and Paimon, good to see you. I knew you two would come.
A ver.
Are you kidding? We wouldn't miss it for the world. We've been looking forward to it.
¿Y ahí?
I can tell, judging by how early you've arrived.
Vamos a ver.
You're actually right on time. The audience still hasn't started entering the...
Está interesante. Mm.
The Opera House has assigned seating, so you always have to make reservations. I've al-
Ooh, front row seat.
Don't mention it. There's no need to keep th-
Hey, Lenny, could you come over here and take a look at this?
Oh, I'll be right there. Seems there's an issue with the stage props over there. That's Cal, my assistant.
Yeah, we'll just go to our seats.
Okay. La música, huevón. La música, huevón. Está buenísimo. Está buenísimo la música. La mejor música, yo diría. Por favor.
Oh, these should be our seats. Come on, let's.
Mire.
Hey, traveler. Maybe we should strike up a conversation with the person next to us. You little...
Excuse me, I did not realize you felt awkward. I am terribly sorry. I would be perfectly happy to chat with you if that is what you would like.
Oh, so you heard... wait, that's not it. Paimon's... Sorry. Paimon's the one who was being rude. Oh, Paimon's got it. You're also here early and sitting in the front.
A friend, you say? Well, if Mr. Linney would like to be my friend, I would be more than happy to reciprocate.
Okay.
Oh, so you're not friends with Linney then? Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon and this is the Traveler. We just arrived in Fontaine.
It is an honor to meet you two. I have heard of your deeds across Tevat, and as required by proper etiquette, I will also introduce myself. I am...
Oh, Monsieur Nervillet. What an honor it is to have you here to see my show.
Ah, Mr. Linney. I should say it is in fact an honor...
Wait.
I saw you all chatting just now, but it seems you still don't know who Monsieur Nervillet is. Allow me to introduce you to Fontaine's Chief Justice. That seat is always reserved for him. It wouldn't be too much to say that he's the symbol of justice and honesty here in Fontaine.
Oh, man. Ito nang predisi el problem.
Whoa, sorry for being...
No offense taken. Being Chief Justice is merely what I do for work. Nearly every person has their usual reserved seat, so I'm not so special, really.
Okay.
By the way, I should probably let you know, even though I would prefer not to. There's someone sitting up there in the VIP seats that has been striking a pose for quite a while now. I believe she is trying to give you a most elegant and impressive first impression. So I think you should take notice of her sooner rather than later. Otherwise, she may become flustered.
Huh? Oh, it's Farina, the Hydro Archon. Huh. She sure has a smug and satisfied look on her face. Guess she has no idea that you saw right through her act.
Very good. That is for the best. No need to pay her any more.
Huh? So is this what things are like between the Chief Justice and the Hydro Archon?
All right, please wait just a moment longer. I've pretty much finished my prep.
Yay! The show's finally about to start!
Ok. Vamos a ver.
Oh, they're dimming the lights! The show must be starting! Sorry.
Welcome, one and all, to the Opera Epiclese. I am the star of today's show, Linny.
Okay.
And over here is my sister, Lynette, who will be working as my wonderful assistant. Please, let's give her a warm welcome.
Hello, everyone.
I know she may seem to be a little sleepy right now, but that's just a sign that she's nervous.
Whatever.
Now, some of you may be thinking, two vision holders who can freely manipulate elemental powers performing magic is not true magic at all. So, I would like to take a moment to assure you that elemental powers will have nothing to do with what you will witness on the stage today.
Okay.
Both Lynette and myself have removed our visions for the show. That way, even the gods won't be able to help us.
Okay.
Good point. That's what makes the show real magic.
Now, without further ado, let the show begin. Lynette will now exit the stage to make some preparations. I know you might miss her, but don't worry. She'll be coming right back on stage momentarily. Perhaps in an unexpected way. Oh, and before I forget, there's one more thing I should say. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye. A magician's greatest skill is making things disappear or appear. The possibilities are endless.
Okay.
But this isn't what you came for. These little tricks, you've seen them all before. So it's time for something truly extraordinary, don't you think? This one's a little tricky. Using this water tank, I shall make my sister vanish completely, right before your very eyes. It's actually quite simple. She'll just turn into air bubbles and float right out of the top. Oh no! I told them to check all the props carefully. With the lid on, even air can't escape. An amateur magician would be getting very nervous right around now. Luckily, it's me on stage, so let me show you what a true virtuoso can do. Lynette, are you still there? Don't go too far. We don't want to use up all our magic.
Hi, I'm back.
Uh-huh.
Okay, normal. Falta algo. Va a pasar algo.
Whoa! What in the world just happened? How did he do that? Wasn't Lynette inside the water tank? How did she disappear and then reappear out of nowhere?
If he can see easily through his tricks, then that would mean that his skills are still lacking.
Exactly.
To appreciate magic, you should focus on the show happening on stage, rather than getting caught up in trying to see that which...
Guess you're right. Paimon couldn't believe her eyes.
Thank you everyone. But our magical journey has only just begun. The magic of transformation and disappearance can go far beyond what you've just seen. I'm sure many of you are thinking that escaping the water tank was impressive enough. But Lynette, in which case, I have ample time to make all necessary preparations. So, for my next trick, I will require the participation of one lucky audience member. Please, if my assistants could bring out the magical boxes now. There are 2 boxes and only 2 boxes. One is here and one is there in the aisle among the audience.
Okay.
I'm sure many of our clever audience members have already guessed our next magic trick. A swap! Our lucky audience member and I will each enter a magic box. After 1 minute, we will each emerge from the opposite box. Now please, everyone pay very close attention to the box.
Wow! How's he gonna do this?
Okay.
Do you think this is all magic tricks, or does Lenny have actual superpowers?
The lucky audience member will be generated by this random number selector. It
Okay.
selects numbers entirely at random. Even I don't know. Now then, let's begin. Let me see. Oh, row 7, seat 3. Congratulations! You now have... Please, come forward. My assistant will take you beside the magic box.
Okay. Algo malo va a
A
pasar.
little cramped inside, but no need to feel nervous. We've carefully arranged... You don't need to do anything, but no matter what strange things may happen, don't come out of the box. If the magic is interrupted, who knows where you might end up? You might even find yourself in the Fortress of Meripede.
Oh,
All right. Before I enter the magic box, there is one more thing I need to ask like this. 60, 59, 58. Just keep. I won't be able to see anything in the pitch black box, so I'll be relying on your voices to know when time. Oh, and no tricks now. If you quickly count from 60 in just 30 seconds, then I'll be in a tough spot.
Okay.
Paimon kinda wants to count faster after hearing him say that.
No, that won't do. I can see it in your. Come on, repeat after.
60, 59.
That's right, perfect. Keep it going.
54, 53, 52. Why aren't you counting, Nervalet?
I am counting in my head. I think things are merely a consequence of my identity and personality. I do not.
Oh, alright. You look so serious that Paimon thought you might. 40, 39.
Mr. Linney, are you all right in there?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm just double-checking the direction of the... It would be a disaster if we get sent to the wrong places. For example, mid-air...
Even though he's saying that, Lenny doesn't seem nervous at all.
Exacto.
What was that noise? Did you hear it too? Not sure. Anyway, it doesn't... 25!
What's wrong, Mr. Linney?
I seem to have accidentally knocked over a decoration. I'm trying to fix it, but it's pitch black in here.
Never mind the decorations. There's no time for that.
No, that's unacceptable. I want my show to be perfect.
19! 18!
It seems things aren't quite going as planned. It feels like you're all starting to count faster, but that's all right. I know 10 seconds and change is still plenty.
10!
Okay.
Swapping two people is harder work than you might think. Even a master magician like me can't guarantee I'll get it right the first time. Hey, wait! Is this the back one? I can't tell. They both look the same inside. Huh? Nope, that's not it. I'll try again.
7!
Hey, slow down! Honestly!
5! 4! 3!
Whoops! That doesn't count!
0!
Ah,
Ta-da!
pero la otra. La desaparición de la chava. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yes. Yep.
Is this part of the Mr. Linney, you're going to use magic.
What happened?
Oh no. Maybe this isn't part of the show. The girl with...
This performance is over. Medical staff with me. Guards, secure the scene and detain all the performers. Seal the exits. No one is allowed in or out at this time.
What's up?
Yes, that's right. If this was just an accident, then we must investigate.
No need to be alarmed, you two. We'll get to the bottom.
Oh.
Unfortunately, the person who is in the magic box has been pronounced dead. His name was Cowell, one of the assistants in... Apparently, the fireworks on stage ignited the ropes that were suspending the water tank, which then caused the tank to fall onto the stage. As of now, we are still not sure why we found Cowell in the box, rather than the guest from the audience.
Okay.
And after an initial search of the area, the guards have confirmed that the girl is nowhere to be found.
Okay.
It appears that this incident was not merely some mishap with the performance. And there are many indications that it is connected with the case of the serial disappearances of young women.
Oh, man.
That's the case that Charlotte mentioned before.
I know the truth. I say that our powerful magician, Mr. Linney, is now the prime suspect for for the serial disappearances case.
Why me? This whole thing was an accident.
Oh, this all occurred during your magic show, did it not? The missing girl disappeared after. Now that I think about it, that whole speech about magicians making things disappear was nothing more than a fabrication.
That can't be right. How come he was in the box on the stage the entire time? We can even hear his voice. Besides, before the show, he told us that he would like to catch the criminal behind the disappearances. He couldn't possibly mean catching himself.
Save discussion for a later time, please. Lady Farina, may I assume that your comments just now constitute an accusation against Mr. Linney and his associates?
Huh? I just think that he... Well,
But what Lady Farina said just now makes perfect sense. Looks like she's gonna personally deliver justice.
Kidnapping and murder carried out under the cover of a magic show. Lady Farina.
I mean, of course, my dear. That's right. I mean you, traveler. You'll support Linny, won't you? After all, he... Then there's no problem at all. But with Linny's help, our little duel ended in a draw. So, no more draws. Between the two of us, there must be a clear winner and loser.
It wasn't a draw. She obviously lost last time.
I understand. Charges have now been pressed. Well, traveler, seems Lady Farina has set you in her sights. But are you willing to act as Mr. Linney's attorney and defend him? Very well. The trial will be held a day from now in the Opera House. Both sides may investigate the scene to build. Linney and his troupe are all potential suspects and shall remain. The audience may begin to leave in an orderly fashion once they have been cleared by the guard.
A day isn't that long. Let's see what kind of case this big shot outlander can...
Furina me cae bien. Me cae bien.
Sorry about everything that happened.
Of course! Who wouldn't be scared after what...
Yeah, I'm a little shaken up myself. I know you already claimed that you would defend me, but now it's just us talking. Tell me, I understand. Even I'm not sure what happened. I'm sure everyone sees me as the biggest suspect at this point. But if I don't know whether what happened there on the stage was purely an act. As for how that girl chosen from the audience could suddenly disappear, even a skilled and knowledgeable magician like myself couldn't pull all that off in just 1 minute.
Which is precisely why we need to investigate. As this book says, the impossible could not have happened. Whatever happened must have been that which is possible. Paimon bought them when we were reading at the book, don't worry. Paimon used her own savings to buy them. It wasn't from our travel...
I think they look cute on you, Paimon.
Good taste, Lynette.
That's the right attitude. Feeling depressed is it, but with the guards watching our every move, it's going to be especially difficult for Lynette and I. Good thing you agreed to be our attorneys.
Yes, thank you so much.
Sí.
Since we're going to start investigating, Paimon has a question first.
Oh, well, I'm afraid that would involve some...
The secrets behind our magic are past saving, Linny.
I suppose you're right. The truth behind our tricks is going to be important. 'Tis truly a pity. As a magician, our magic show is a work of... But if revealing our secrets will help you uncover the truth, we should go somewhere else if we're going to discuss our magic tricks.
Alright, let's go have a look while the investigation team...
Okay.
Hello, officer. How's the investigation going?
Ah, I see. You must be the traveler that Lady Farina mentioned. Listen, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I'd avoid...
Huh? What do you mean?
Come with me and you'll see. The deceased is one of Linny's assistants, named Cowell. Even though he hadn't joined the troupe, the assistants are usually in charge of setting up and inspecting the props, as well as As you probably saw when you were in the audience, the water tank suddenly fell and smashed the box with Cowell inside it. This is the real mystery. We've already searched the scene and were unable. However, if you look carefully, the box was positioned directly under the water tank. The ropes holding the tank, all these factors lining up so perfectly makes it hard to see this as a mere accident. If anything, the more logical explanation is that the whole incident was intentionally planned, and Linny is the most likely person to have access to all these areas.
But he doesn't have a motive.
Are you both good friends of his?
Well, you can't say we're good friends, but we've known each other.
So in just a short time, he's not only able to win your trust, but even convince you to act as his attorneys. I know there's no such thing as magic. The real trick of a magician is holding the audience in the palm of their hand. I've seen a lot of cases, and I can tell you that people are the least reliable kind of evidence. Sorry, I tend to be pretty straightforward. Just anyway, you may investigate the scene of the crime yourselves if you're curious.
Esto va a estar entretenido. Eso lo podemos hacer creo que mañana. Según la investigación fue... ok. Ok. Pues eso creo que lo voy a hacer mañana, gente. No. Tengo que seguirle.
Whoever the murderer was, they must have made preparations well beforehand. Why would it be him? So this is the rope that broke. The rope looks pretty durable. How can it be burned through so quickly by fireworks? Why are you suddenly so serious, traveler? Whoa. Most of it was burned away, but there's still a little bit of it left. Huh. So if a rope meant to hold something was... Wait, Paimon should write a...
Okay.
Hello there.
Oh, this location has also been cordoned off because the seats were all booked in advance. So we were able to deduce the missing woman's identity by checking the guest list. Sure, it's not like this is confidential information. We will publish. Her name is Halsey. She's a painter from Fontaine.
Okay.
She wasn't a regular at the Opera House, but she'd been feeling some pressure with her work. The Magic Troupe members all claim not to know her. We have looked into her social connections. It seems that she has no personal grievances or conflicts. Simply put, she wasn't related to the Magic Troupe at all.
Were the victims of previous cases also...
That's how it seems to us, in any case. Apart from the fact that they were all young women of...
Okay then.
No need to be so formal. It is of utmost importance that we get...
Okay.
Why would it be... Gosh, whoever the murderer... This rope was...
Okay.
The investigation team has some new findings. Turns out there's an issue.
See, I told you. What if the machine picked some big guy's seat? You think the murderer...
Sorry to interrupt, but we're helping Linny and Lynette with their side of the investigation.
You're trying to help them? That'll be a tall order.
Linny used the machine to pick a random member of the audience during his performance, right? The lucky... Well, We thought there might be a serious problem with the machine, so we had it taken away for further inspection.
It turns out that the seat number it picked wasn't random at all. The machine picks that same number every time. I'm sure you already know that you have to make a reservation in advance to get a seat. In other words, Linny knew who would be sitting where from the very beginning.
That much checks out.
Bet you see why I was saying it'd be tough to make a case for Linny.
Okay.
Even though it's bad for Linny's case?
I see that you're investigating. If you find any new and interesting leads,
We don't have too many thoughts yet.
then why don't I tell you my hypothesis?
Okay.
Oh!
Yes, exactly. It wasn't terrible. It's just that everyone was awaiting the results of Linny's trick with bated breath. So no one paid it much mind. I'm of the opinion that it may have been the sound of Linny's accomplice, Lynette. And when the pyrotechnics went off, she cut the rope.
But wasn't the noise we heard too loud?
Perhaps the balance wasn't right, leading to a particular...
Exacto.
That's true.
That does... Whoever the people needed to register. Why would it... We all heard that...
Lenny's still talking to the guard. I think someone will be...
Hey, you! Yes, both of you! Over here! I've been keeping an eye on you for a while now.
Huh? You mean us?
That's right. If I'm not mistaken, you're also among those who wish to cut down the thorns.
Well,
Okay.
I don't know more about that one, but who are you?
Mira, pregunta.
Have you never heard of the Spina di Rosula? From mediating disputes and providing protection to solving conundrums, you name it, Spina di Rosula does it. And I, Navia, have the honor of being its renowned president. Though those who play by our rules call me boss.
I'm Silver, her attendant. Pleased to meet you.
And I'm Melus, Demoiselle's various date.
Huh? Boss? Demoiselle?
Exacto.
Well, I am the second generation president. Malus and the others are still used to my previous type.
My
Okay.
apologies, Demoiselle. Should you prefer, boss, I will endeavor to use that.
No need. You don't have to call me boss. Just
Okay, if you say so.
merely trifling details. Never mind. Now, that's right. I've always kept an eye on the serial disappearance case. Judging from the look of things, I find Linny...
Really? We think so too. That's why, but how did you come to...
Intuition, naturally. My unparalleled... Farina sure was quick to point the finger at Linny without any deception. But that's not uncommon for her. If you remember, the Justice had to interrupt her and ask if she was pressing charges just to keep... Anyway, a trial begins the moment someone levels charges. And, of course, there was...
Okay.
It's more like you just don't trust the Hydro Archon.
Well, what's your opinion? I must admit that she can be interesting at times. All right, I've answered your question.
Wait a minute. Did that answer count?
Well, say it does.
Okay.
But don't worry. In your opinion, do you think it's right to treat a trial like...
well...
Exactly.
Why would that be? See, Silver...
Most astute of you, demoiselle. I too think
Exactly.
how wonderful the script or how fervent the audience's expectations may... And if that can be done, boss, then...
All right, that's quite enough, Maloose. Anyway, now, I need to make some preparations, following which our...
Wait! Since when did we become it?
Oh, well, I can be the assistant. Sure.
That's more like it.
Far be it from me to brag, but I believe that demoiselle, you wish to save a friend from false accusations, and we wish to unravel the disappearances.
You have a point. And what about you over there? What do you think? You seem like you've...
I have nothing to add.
Oh, alrighty then.
We'll be making some preparations first.
Sorry, but no one can freely... no! Were you always guarding this entrance?
Yes.
Okay.
After the Chief Justice gave the order, everyone coming. So, the missing girl couldn't have left from here. At least, I doubt.
How can you be so
Well, because I was in charge of... I couldn't see Linny's performance from here, which was quite a shame. Still, I did not abandon my post. And I stayed put no matter how loud the applause was. We Melazines are good at that sort of thing, you know.
Yeah,
it's safe to say... Alright, thank you for your help. We've checked everything of note here at the performance venue. Paimon wonders how Linny's discussion with the guards is going. Let's go see her, shall we?
Okay.
The performance would not have been visible from where the doors were guarded. Whoever the murderer was...
Okay.
Understood. Then I will be going with you.
Very good. Thanks for being so agreeable. I'd pull...
You may spare the pleasantries. I'm just doing my job.
Perdonen.
You've arrived. Who's this?
Me? I'm Spina di Rosula's guardian. Sorry, I got a little carried away there. And these are my companions. Would you...
Fine by me.
Oh, new helpers?
Well, let's just say we're tagging along. It's not every day you get to see the secrets behind magic.
I appreciate your kind interest. Come with me. We'll be heading below stage.
Huh? Below stage?
Yes, a world of secrets is hidden beneath this magic box, prepared specifically for this switcheroo trick. But before I reveal everything, you should have a look first. Notice anything strange here? I'm not trying to be dramatic. Remembering the details of a trick will help you understand the
Weren't there balloons and other decorations here?
Good eye. That said, you're still far from discovering...
Exactamente.
You mean the inside of the door? What's different about it? Paimon didn't notice it.
Very good indeed. I thought you might not be able to catch that, given that you were sitting in the first row.
Está.
The back of this door was patterned. Those patterns are now gone, replaced by a smooth wooden board. So, if you put 2 and 2 together, what do you get? Exactly.
Okay.
Oh, so there was a passageway under the magic box!
I knew you'd figure out most of it as soon. The two magic boxes are positioned right above the two entrances of the tunnel. See this flatbed trolley? The box with the lucky audience member in it would be shuttled over to...
This trolley can raise and lower and even rotate, ensuring that the box...
I see. So that's...
Precisely. The inner box would descend after the audience member was put inside and be moved along the trolley. Oh,
so that's how you did it!
Once the box was lowered, the trolley would store some energy through this device here. The audience member would only be able to feel some slight movements in the dark, and by the time she...
Right! You were talking that whole time,
Ah, yes. A phonograph operated by My assistant and I had already scripted our conversation beforehand. When the count...
And what about Lynette?
I was in the mezzanine space in the back of the box.
Oh,
That's how we were able to coordinate Linny's lines with the assistant. And, by the way, I was the one who walked out of the box at the end.
I mean, we are twins. All it takes is a change of clothes and no one can tell who's who.
Okay.
That's my favorite part of this trick. Only Lynette and I can perform it.
So that's how it all worked! Wow!
Lynette would briefly walk out of the box and then go back in, jumping into the tunnel and escaping before the box on the trolley could finish ascending. And then I walk out of the other box in the audience area, and the trick would be complete. The operative word here being would. But as you saw, Cal was in the box, not our audience member.
We really don't know how that happened.
If not for that interlude, this would have been an astonishing trick. And yet, to think that someone was... Could we have a look around?
Okay.
I think we can come up with some...
This is the scene of the crime. So Linny and Lynette are not permitted to stay here.
Yes, of course. No need to be so strict now. I won't disappoint.
Thanks, everyone. We're counting on...
Okay.
Whoever the murderer, why would it be him? Well, there was no chance Paimon could have seen that the box had 2 layers. And that's why only the 2 of them can perform this trick.
En la parte que había sobre el escenario había una trampilla. Estaba vestido con ropa escondida casi al final de la pantalla. Entonces, ok. Ya entendí. Pues sí, un megáfono. Ya veo.
Digging a tunnel just for a magic trick? Whew, that must have been a lot of work.
Okay. Ah, mira. Interesante. No había pensado eso. Okay.
Looks like a hook tied to the end of a rope. Huh?
Perhaps it was a prop for a different trick.
Whatever it is.
The floor is wet. Please be careful not to slip.
Speaking of which, why would there...
Oh! Paimon knows! It's one of those tricks. And here's a broken vase. Huh.
That can't be. Oh, these are... Her clothes are here, but she's nowhere to be found.
Right. Do you really need to do that? Ugh. This is so...
Okay. Ahí está.
What is this place?
It seems someone...
Alone, perhaps.
But there are no other ways in or out of here. Oh, you're right! Let Paimon write that down. Seems we're just about done investigating down here.
Yes, let's head back up.
Okay.
Well, we've ascertained the state of the crime. Let's find a place to sort out our findings once Malus returns.
Apologies for the wait.
So, what did the guards say? Did the criminal escape?
They believe the odds of that are very low, since the vent leads to the Opera House's base. The guards have checked the area carefully. No one left through the basement during the performance.
So the tunnels become like a secret chamber then. You know, like the kind you usually see in novels.
The plot thickens. No wonder Farina was so confident in her accusation.
In other words, the charges are very likely to be upheld unless we make some considerable progress.
Exacto.
Charges and then trial. So if the charges are up...
That's right. This is how a trial goes in the Opera House. During the proceedings, the Chief Justice and the oratrice will hear statements from both sides.
Ya valió.
That's right. This is how indemnity... The statements from both sides, the defenses from attorneys, witness testimony. To put it simply, it's as if the oratrice has its own will. And
this also precludes any kind of favoritism on the part of the Chief Justice. And not that this has ever happened anyway.
Once both sides have finished speaking, the Chief Justice will make his final... Then, finally, the oratrice will be consulted by officials. The resultant...
Huh? So that machine is the one that actually decides?
In practice, there is very little difference. Both have always come to the same judgment. Which, yes, the gods also asked me to convey that none of us... Because we've chosen to act as the twins' proxies.
They're concerned that we might be colluding with outside parties. And even if that were not so, it could prove problematic if we happen to spread key information.
I'm ready to break out at any time.
Whoa, there's no need for that. Paimon thinks they have a point.
Of course. I just hope you don't mind the lack of options. I'm afraid that catering to all tastes is not...
In that case,
Okay.
let's just sort out our findings together here. Pity. I was hoping to take you to try some of Fontaine's fame. I mean, what better way to properly think through our findings than over...
Breaking out suddenly doesn't seem like such a bad idea after all. Just kidding. Paimon will still do her best, even...
What do you mean, no snacks? Of course we'll have snacks. If we cannot buy some, then we'll
Understood, demoiselle. Everyone, please come with me.
Okay.
Wait, you're carrying a portable stove with you?
Yes, I must be prepared to meet the demoiselle's baking needs whenever the
I have eggs, sugar, and almonds at the ready.
Good work, you two. The
Okay.
three are quite the interesting group.
Macarrones.
Good while it was still in the oven. Oh, it's even better now. From the way you had these two guys carrying all that stuff around, but you ended up doing the entire thing by yourself.
I was applauding.
And I was giving encouraging smiles.
Paimon was just thinking. Aren't you worried about getting your fancy...
Well, I don't think it's carved in stone anywhere, that fancy... Don't underestimate beating egg weights, by the way.
Va a ser feo.
You also need to beat... Anyway,
Okay.
give these a try. Fresh out of...
Only 3?
Well, eating too many sweet treats might send all that...
Tea is ready to be served as well. This is the one... No need for...
Vamos a ver.
All right, then. Down to business. As Paimon... However, we can assume that Linny and Lynette, the magician twins, could have committed the crimes, of course. But they lack any logical motive.
Exactly! Why would they do such a thing right when everyone was watching?
The flower vase and the thud we heard during the performance could indicate some altercation, resulting in the
Okay.
shattering of the vase, the discarding of her... Perhaps the criminal thought that since she was chosen from the crowd...
Paimon thinks that makes sense, but the real...
True. None... The only people left to consider are both technically...
Could Halsey have secretly made modifications to the magic props in order to murder...
Okay.
That's right. And even if she had tampered with the setup, she would... Nor does she have any motive. The guard said that she has never had any...
Were we not thorough enough? From the sound of things, this is turning into a... Your macarons are amazing, though, Navia.
They are my specialty, after all.
What? 5? Oh, that can't be right. Paimon only counted 3. On it.
Please don't worry about it. At my age, a few less sweets might actually be a good thing.
Okay.
No. Being greedy is one thing, but Paimon knows how to count.
Okay.
Besides, Paimon knows that if she ate too many, then others wouldn't have enough.
Okay.
Wait, even you don't believe Paimon? How could you? If Paimon ate those 2 extra macarons, then may they turn into stone in her stomach!
All right, we get it. Well, I suppose one of us might have gotten too engrossed in our chat and eaten them by mistake. No big deal.
Okay.
Luce, set up the stove again, if you would.
Huh?
Making sure everyone gets 3 macarons, of course.
Exactly. We don't want to trouble you.
As you wish, demoiselle.
And I have the egg, sugar, and almond.
Well, this really is your hobby, huh?
Ok. Ya, que se acabe esto.
That's it for snack time. I'm going to have another. I don't know what we're looking for yet. It would be awkward if you got all tongue-tied on. All right, thanks for your. It was nothing.
Okay.
A small task for the Spina di Rosula. Silver, Malus, it's time to go. I'll be back if I find anything.
Ok, sí es cierto. En este caso.
All right, it's time to put our heads together. We've got to get our defense ready for the trial.
Ok. No es lo bueno.
Take it easy.
Do? The whole situation is so confusing. Good plan. Impossible thing.
Just relax. Even if everyone else suspects. Besides, I doubt Farina understands any more about what happened.
Thanks, Navia.
Best of luck to you.
Ah, finally, you're back. Well, how did your investigation go?
To be honest, you might be disappointed.
No. We're already very grateful that you were willing to help.
Well, now, don't you all look disappointed? Don't tell me that your investigation came up empty-handed. That was to be expected, of course. The guilty can never produce proof of their innocence. But don't let that stop you. I shall be terribly disappointed should you, my most anticipated...
Since both parties are present, I declare that the trial regarding the magic show incident is now in session. Firstly, in order for the audience to understand the causes and results of the incident, could we please...
Yes, of course. I will explain while Lynette demonstrates on stage. All the necessary items have been...
Thank you, Mr. Linney. In that case, I take your statement to be that you ran to and remained hidden within the magic box in the audience stands once the trick began.
Yes, that's correct.
In that case, I call upon the prosecution, Lady Farina.
Why, of course I do. Allow me to take the first shot and break this case wide open. Mr. Linney is clearly lying. There is no way you could have been in the box the whole time if you were to abduct Halsey and murder Cowell. In fact, I'd say you were hardly in that tunnel at all.
That is simply your hypothesis based on the presumption that I'm guilty.
Oh, is that so? And if I may ask,
Uh-huh.
what did you hear while you were inside your box?
The roaring countdown of the crowd, of course. That's how I...
And you didn't hear anything else at all?
Okay.
Anything that might leave an impression?
No, nothing.
I see. But when the count reached 30 seconds or so, there was a thud.
Huh?
Hey, hang on. Something's not right here.
Yeah, I'm sure he could have heard a noise that loud from inside the box.
I was right by the box, and I definitely heard the thud.
Ah, ya sé qué fue. Es la del olfato, pero es una de ilusión. No de ilusión, de hipnotismo.
Look at those scales. Could those mean...
Well then, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to use the words of the magician himself. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye. Indeed, it seems his alibi can also collapse in the blink of an eye. Of course, I have armed myself to do far more than smash your alibi. Confidence cannot go unfounded, and my foundations are rock solid.
Okay.
Tell me, aren't you and Lynette actually from the House of the Hearth?
The House of the Hearth?
Oh man.
No wonder they did something like this.
So the serial disappearances were the Fatsui's doing. Now it all makes sense.
I've got a feeling that what happened on stage probably wasn't just an accident.
That's irrelevant. Our identities have nothing to do with what happened.
Indeed. Then perhaps you could tell us everything that happened during that 1 minute. Your first priority is to prove yourself innocent after all. I'm sure there is little that needs to be kept secret now. Unless your script already has holes in it. The Outlander is speechless. My, oh my, don't they look flabbergasted? Next comes the infighting and... Good thing I made all those preparations. Seems the all-nighter I pulled last night is really paying off.
Hey, Linny, why didn't you tell us this before?
Order! Order! Mr. Linney, allow me to re-establish the facts. Lady Farina has raised 2 points. First, when the thud was heard in the Opera House, you were neither in the box nor the tunnel. Second, you and Ms. Lynette are both members of the House of the Hearth. Are these claims true? Please answer my question, Mr. Linney.
I'm sorry. Yes, they're true, Your Honor.
I knew it!
Well, that's it. We might as well move on to the sentencing already.
What should we do now?
Granted. In that case, what is your request?
Is that really necessary?
The defendant deceived their own attorneys. What is there left to discuss?
Order! Order! Your request is reasonable, and we shall adjourn. This trial will reconvene in 1 hour.
So you would stick to Mr. Linney's defense even after knowing what you do now? In that case, my dear audience, let's allow...
Well, this is awkward. I didn't think the Hydro Archon would dig all that up. I'm sorry, Traveler.
Yeah, sorry.
Paimon just knew where to start. We based our entire reasoning on the assumption that you weren't bad guys.
Exactly.
Set the wrong tone or anything.
sorry. I know you've clashed with the Vitui several times before. I wouldn't, but our organization is very, very large, and the Harbingers have very different personalities and goals.
Right now, we want to save people. As many as we can.
That's right. I'm sure we're on the same page when it comes to this nation and the disaster that its people might face. I knew if it weren't for our respective identities, we could become good friends. That's why I didn't wish to flat out lie to you. But the truth is very important, but being completely transparent about everything would see us spending more... Right. So, you be the judge. Heck, you met a Fatus who works as a magician, a trickster by trade. All by coincidence, too. But still, I'm asking you to trust me. I am no
Sorry. Please, forgive...
Well, you both say that, but... Right. Let's hear your answer first, and no lies now!
Of course. I'll answer it. We've been trying to find out how the Oratrice operates. We want to know why it has a consciousness. Why, during our investigations, we learned that the machine's core is beneath it. From that moment on, Lynette and I have been designing this box swap trick, with the objective of
Is that why you needed a whole minute?
That's right. In truth, the audience would take about 75 seconds to count down from... So, after jumping into the tunnel, I accessed the Opera House basement via the vent.
That air vent was created during the construction of the tunnel specifically to execute...
Well, nothing. As soon as I reached that room and was... Which should have been impossible, of course. I was quite certain that I was the only one in the room. That voice seemed to recognize me and tried to speak to me. I chose to err on the side of caution, and on the way back, I saw the broken vase and the clothes on the ground. But the countdown after that, the homicide occurred.
Well, that explains why you didn't hear the thud.
Because of that prophecy I told you about, of course. We must know all we...
That's the only way we can save everyone.
So, there you have it. The whole truth. It was never my wish to proceed under this clue, but like I said earlier, you can be the judge.
Well, Traveler, you decide. Paimon will follow your lead however you choose.
Okay.
Thanks for giving us a chance.
The current problem is that the scales are tipped. If we want to refute the Hydro Archon's accusations, we're gonna need a serious... Huh?
Que me atrevo a decir qué tonto.
Both parties have returned to their positions. Let us continue the... When last we left off, Mr. Linney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Farina as fact. Therefore, Lady Farina may continue...
That took long enough. At this stage, let's revisit that scene from Linney's perspective.
Okay. Okay.
As the countdown began, he entered the tunnel. When the flatbed trolley passed, he opened the box and got into an... He did not realize that the sound could be heard. Finally, he used the vase to knock her out. Before making... At this time, Cowell arrived in the tunnel. So Linney proceeded to... Afterward, Linney passed the
Okay.
And there you have it.
Does the defendant's side have any objections?
The key to refuting Lady Farina is the order of events. What Linney...
Okay.
to Linny, he left via the vent after entering the tunnel.
Okay.
He couldn't have had that all. Linny went to the room that contains the Oratrice's core. This... Linny did not take part in the underground altercation. He only witnessed
Attention! Ace Detective Paimon has something to say! When the countdown started, Linny did indeed go into the tunnel. But he immediately used a vent to access the Opera House basement, which is where the underground core of the Oratrice is stored. Once he reached that area, he heard a voice in what should have been an empty room. The crime scene had already developed by the time he reached the tunnel again. And in order to finally, he reached the surface. And that was when...
Okay.
Paimon did it!
In other words, you believe that he knew nothing.
That's right!
My reasoning?
If that's the case, then if Cowell hadn't entered the tunnel, who was the entire setup meant to kill? Assuming that what you say is true, Linny only needed to kidnap the young girl to cause a new disappearance.
Exacto.
Oh, they have a point.
That's right, you... Well, your denial is very strident. I'll give you that. But what proof do you... Of course I do. If you're saying that he wasn't...
Are you sure we don't need to give this more...
Okay. Entonces...
Are you sure we don't need to give this more thought? That's right! Linny wasn't in the box or in the tunnel. This means that when the crime happened, Linny had already entered the basement. The same clue you used to disprove his alibi has now become...
Well, to think you'd use such logic. Well then, if it wasn't Linny who committed the crimes, then who was it?
Okay.
Could there have been a third person involved?
Okay.
Halsey is the missing person and an ordinary audience member. The deceased's name is Cowell, Lenny's assistant.
Okay.
That can...
Oh, is that... What I must do next is recreate the truth. What Cowell did, and how he went from would-be perpetrator... No one entered or left the opera house through its entrances. So... The deceased's name is Cowell, Lenny's assistant. Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel. So... The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Hal... Lenny was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal ample time. It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. Lenny was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal... It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. No one entered or left the opera house through its entrances. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal. Lenny was not in the tunnel at... The deceased's name is Cowell, Lenny's... The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Hall... The deceased's name is Cowell. It would have been tough for both people to... Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel.
No se ha ido.
No one entered or left the opera house through its entrance.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong, Traveler? Are you still having trouble?
I see how...
Look, since we're at a dead end, just like the trick as it transpired, the end result must have...
If only we knew how Halsey did...
Well, that would be nice, but the tunnel only has 3 exits, and none of them seem very likely. And it's not like this is a magic trick where you can just make a real live person disappear. You know, like you did from that water tank, Lynette.
Excuse my interruption, dear opponents, but do you not...
If the defense is unable to make further effective arguments, we will move on to the next stage of the trial.
Lenny was not in the tunnel at that moment. The sound we heard may have come from a clash. The deceased's name is Cowell, Lenny's assistant. The vase was not broken by chance. It was you.
Exacto.
Paimon gets it! It all comes together if Halsey disappeared instead of being kidnapped. Lynette escaped from the water tank, vanishing gradually and leaving only clothes behind. If there's a similar method...
Oh, just a moment, please. How could a person ever be transformed into water? This is reality we're talking about here. Must we? Magic tricks are ultimately just illusions.
Even so, the truth must be out there somewhere. Perhaps some new line of reasoning may open. Since Cal was the deceased, we haven't placed much attention, but given that we aren't making much progress with the case, it wouldn't hurt to...
People really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes when at the end of their...
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney. Since the trial does indeed appear to be at an impasse, guards, please step into the lounge and examine the personally...
We are still examining the items, but we have already made critical... We discovered several test tubes of fluid within Cowell's baggage, each labeled separately. The notebook in his backpack claims that these fluids are... what?
The primordial sea.
The note's contents also indicate that Cowell belonged to an organization that sells illegal drugs and that he had... The notebook is concerning safe usage of these fluids, in which the keyword dissolve appears. One of these tubes was labeled Opera Epiclese, along with yesterday's date. It is. And the notes also state that these dissolution properties work exclusively on people from Fontaine. It's likely... As such, we believe that the defense's hypothesis is...
You've got to be kidding! People dissolving...
Could something so ridiculous actually...
Wait a moment. This reminds me of a certain prophecy.
Huh. If people can become water, does that mean that the water tank's real use was as a means to hide water stains? And if Cowell was Wait just a minute. Could that mean...
Mademoiselle, wait! What about your partners?
Let's go. Just
Order! Order! It is undeniable that further examination of the deceased's personal effects has yielded. Still, let us assume that these clues are indeed albeit with the Guards, please continue examining the items along the... Mr. Linney, it appears your hypothesis is supported by...
Of course. If we uphold this hypothesis, I believe that many of this case is seemingly...
Right! Like the metal hook! That one didn't make sense at all. Let's think about this. Cowell's methods must have something to do with that water from the primordial sea.
Now it seems like the hook rope was not meant for an... The deceased's name is Cowell. The water from the primordial sea should... The water from the primordial sea... Now it seems like the hook rope was not meant for another magic trick. The water from the primordial... Now it seems like the hook rope was not meant for another... The rope that strung the water tank up. Lynette was in the magic box on stage the entire time. I remember there was something else within the... Lynette was in the magic box on stage. The rope that strung the water tank up was lit by the fireworks and cut. As... Lynette was in the magic box. I remember there was something else. Now it seems like the hook rope was not...
It's Ace Detective Paimon! In the original plan, Cowell would tamper with the water tank rope and the number selector securing. When the magic box containing Halsey was lowered, the metal hook would retract gradually and pierce the balloon at the top of the box. When the balloon attached to the box popped, the water from the primordial seed inside it would pour down. Afterward, Cowell would enter the tunnel and break the flower vase to conceal the water inside the tunnel, with the remaining evidence being covered up by the water tank on stage. But he encountered something unexpected in the tunnel and wound up being fatally hit by the same...
Huh. That
That actually links together a lot of...
Oh dear, what do I do? Even I think they...
Now, it seems like the only point of contention remaining is the exact His notes mentioned he had an accomplice who could be related to the situation.
On that note, the guards have just contacted me indicating that I shall now invite him on stage to share it with us.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. We were just inspecting and we found an identical sample of the water from the primordial sea among Linny's personal effects.
What?
That can't be. Does this not clear? My dear citizens, my loyal Linny did not need to take part in the dissolution of the young woman at all. Indeed, he did leave the scene via the vent. Having made modifications to the props beforehand, his accomplice Cowell then caused Halsey to vanish using the water from the primordial sea. But upon his return, in cruel avarice, ultimately, he knocked. Now, as much as I regret having... Am I right?
We've used up all the evidence we collected. There's no way... Is this the end?
Oh no! Paimon can't think of... seems using the water as new evidence was too good a move. Why did this happen?
I think we've all seen enough now. I believe this is indeed the finale. Now then, my good, noble Chief Justice. Excuse me, everyone.
Miss, I must ask you not to shout.
Oh, come on. Don't be hasty. I have a good reason for interrupting, you know. Now, would anyone here like... I'll show you an amazing trick. One that can bring a young woman who has disappeared back in the flesh. Right. What in the...
No offense, miss, but miracles like that are
Come on now, don't be silly. Magic is all about misdirection, isn't it? It often conceals the truth while presenting a fascinating illusion. But once everyone believes the illusion, can't magic reveal the truth to them once again? And wouldn't such a trick be the most marvelous finale to today's... Come on, Lenny and Lynette, give it another go. But, as the magic makers and stars of the show, I think I should leave the final
I understand.
And voila.
Sorry.
Wait, isn't that Halsey?
To be clear, I'm only here because this person told me that if I testified, the merit of doing so would lessen. I was hiding outside this room listening to the proceedings because I was afraid that I was just feeling happy that no one had noticed me. And then before I knew it...
That'll teach you to underestimate us three.
Where should I begin?
But... what?
Firstly, my name isn't Halsey. It's Lillian. I heard that Linny's show was gonna be a real thriller, but I missed the chance to... That's how I make a living. I steal stuff here and there. And I'd never been caught before. But I was noticed at the harbor a few days ago, and I barely got away. Linny was the one...
Hey! No wonder you look familiar! So you were the... Liddy even mentioned that you were pretty
Well, and I thought that would have been the end of it, but then the number selector chose me. He even mentioned the Fortress of Meripede. That's a prison, isn't it? So you can imagine how shocked I was.
Okay.
Show while looking for an opening to flee, but then I got water poured on me for no reason, and then someone jumped. I wasn't going to take that lying down, so I knocked him out. There was nowhere to run from there, though, so I had to change my clothes and hide. I slipped out after the first guard arrived at the scene and continued hiding inside the
Can a person even hide in there?
But I swear, I didn't know that the water tank would fall down. Had I known that, I wouldn't have put him in the magic box.
Well, that makes everything pretty clear now, doesn't it?
This time, we need to tell the entire...
strange sound wasn't from a fight. It was Lily-Ann's The flower vase was not broken to cover anything up, but was... Lily-Ann was a...
And it's having been selected out of the blue, Lily-Ann, her panic only intensified after she entered the tunnel and had water poured on her head. Hearing the commotion, Cowell leapt into the tunnel. He did not know that Lily-Ann was not from Fontaine, but was a thief. Mistakenly believing that the water from the primordial sea needed time to take effect, the two broke the flower vase during the struggle. With no way of escaping, she changed her clothes and hid.
Okay. Empate. Un empate de nuevo.
She knew that she would have to go through guard inspection if she...
She had already become desperately hungry by the time we were chatting over macarons. So, she swiped two of them.
At this point,
so bravo!
Now then, Lady Farina, do you wish to speak? Please answer the question, Lady Farina. Also, if I may add, the trial has not...
What? Are you reading my mind? No. I have no further arguments. I admit defeat. But
wow! Look at that!
If there are no objections, then as the Chief Justice of Fontaine, I shall once... The actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, Cowell, selected his next... With some modifications to the selector, he could ensure that to cover up any evidence while committing the deed. Cowell thought of a... He also with the rope suspending the water tank, using the fireworks at the end of the performance to cause the tank to drop. He poured the water from the primordial sea into a balloon during the preparation of the magic box and stuck it. Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door when bringing the young woman to said. When the magic trick officially began, the box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel, tightening the hook rope and bursting the balloon containing the... If all had gone to plan, the young woman would be dissolved at this time. Realizing that there was trouble, Cowell entered the tunnel and met Lily-Ann. However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious. Lily-Ann, according to her own statements, then changed clothes and... As for Linny, he was in the underground structures with... From this reconstruction of events...
Okay.
While there is much in Linny and Lily-Ann's conduct that should still be investigated separately, this case, at least, can be handed over to the Oratrice to make the final...
Okay.
As such, Linny and Lin...
Great work, Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Next, I think we deserve an explanation, Guard. How did you find the water from the primordial sea?
Right! Your discovery caused me to make a serious mistake, you know!
I suspect that the accomplice mentioned in Cowell's notes was not Linny. I'm sure you know what you must do to lessen your sentence.
Speak quickly! Unless you want to earn yourself a one-way ticket to Koopa...
I was just... We were supposed to place blame for the serial disappearances onto Linny, and thus cause suspicion to fall on the Fatui. The higher-ups said this was the...
And now that your plan has fallen through, and the secrets of the water have been revealed, you have become a liability. Therefore, you would be wise to tell everything...
Yes, our boss discovered that the water can cause people to It can also be made into a potion, which when extremely diluted... We've been in this business for a while now, and have made decent mora off it. The disappearances...
And now he can no longer talk.
Such ruthlessness.
An outrageous act. All present, please submit to inspection immediately.
Mm. Okay.
So, we're just going back now? That's...
Traveler, Paimon! Please wait.
Lenny...
I know you may not want to speak to me right now, but still, let me thank you again for defending me to the end, even after you learned that I'm a member of the Fatui. I guess. But regardless, I didn't approach you with any ulterior motives or ill intent. As for why I'm a Fatus, it's because the goals of the House of the Hearth, that was how Father, who you might know as the Knave, approached recruiting us back then too.
The Knave? The one who controls the House of the Hearth? She's your father?
That's right. And since we're here, I was wondering, back when our parents first died, Lynette and I were to survive. I took to surreptitiously observing an older street performer who... I took my sister through several streets until we found a crowd. To my surprise, we proved to be pretty popular. And we could at least... Before long, an aristocrat came to me and claimed that he wished to take...
So you went from orphans to nobility?
That was how we felt at first, too. As if fate... But I gradually discovered that while we were called foster children, he would constantly take me to all sorts of banquets to garner...
That doesn't seem too bad either. Better than roaming the streets.
It took a while for me to realize. After one particular performance at a banquet, I discovered I waited a long time after we returned home, but she did not come. The answer he gave me was... She caught the eye of the most eminent person at the banquet, so I sent her over as a gift. I mean, you'll be able to...
Oh no. But wouldn't Fontaine...
As far as outsiders are concerned, this is a relationship akin to adoption or foster care. And they have their ways of escaping the eye. I managed to ferret out the location of the mansion of that so-called eminent person. All I saw was the moonlit ground covered in blood.
So, she'd already...
That's right. She had rescued my sister before she could come to any harm, and had even... I mean, the Knave, might have seen something in me, and so the House of the Hearth welcomes you, for your interests align with ours. Here, none will... I was hesitant to trust her, but she was also quick to destroy the noble who had taken us...
Oh, so that's how the two of you joined the House of the Hearth.
She has her own... She has gained permission from the Tsaritsa to first use the Gnosis' power once she obtains it. She plans to use it to find a way to...
So, she believes in that...
That's right. The whole House of the Hearth is currently working to combat that crisis. Today's case has also proven that people from Fontaine can indeed dissolve into some sort of water. All of us house members here, Lady Arlecchino herself included, are from Fontaine. We won't give up to us orphans. The only connection we have left to this world.
So, from small deeds like distributing magic pockets to huge schemes like stealing a Gnosis, everything is aimed at dealing with that
It's all right. I understand. I just hope you can understand that even as a member of the house, I have never stopped making my own decisions. If you should need anything at all in the future, feel free to...
Bye, Lenny!
Bye. Okay.
Hey there. What was with the disappearing act you pulled right as the
Okay.
Were you looking for us now?
Well, this whole thing isn't exactly over, is it? I do feel that... Huh? What's wrong, my dear partner?
Besides, are you sure we're the ones who can crack a cake? And given that there's new evidence from the trial...
Ah,
Exactly.
I see. Well, I won't lie. I'm a little shocked to hear that from you. But sorry. I might have been too presumptuous.
Don't say that, Navia.
Oh, and we were having so much fun investigating with you, too. It was like having new waters flowing into a stagnant mire, causing new hope to spring forth. Sorry about that. Wait, shall we have a farewell meal?
Huh? Do we really need to get that formal?
Well, I'd just like to have a proper ending to every important Anyway, it would just be a meal, so it shouldn't take up too much of your time.
You don't have to twist my arms.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay.
In that case, why don't we return to the court of Fontaine and head to the Hotel de Beau?
All right, then.
Okay. Okay. Oh, mira.
Navigating the world
Con ganas.
is a lot easier with a few.
Ok, está chido eso.
Need me to come up with some for you? Take it easy.
Ok. Eso creo que le vamos a dar ahí por terminado, gente. Se les agradece. Estamos viendo mañana.